My mother threw me to the wolves the second the police sirens wailed outside our front gate. She pointed her trembling finger at my chest and screamed that I was the one who forged the signature on the inheritance documents. I stood there frozen as she wept fake tears and told the detectives that I had a secret gambling debt I was hiding from the family. The betrayal felt like a jagged blade twisting in my ribs because I had never even seen those papers before that moment. She watched them snap the cold metal handcuffs onto my wrists without blinking an eye while she whispered that she was so disappointed in me. I spent 3 long years in a cramped cell staring at gray walls while my own flesh and blood told the entire world I was a thief and a sociopath. Every letter I sent her came back marked refused, and every collect call was disconnected within 3 seconds of her hearing my voice. She moved into the estate that rightfully belonged to my late grandmother and spent the money on designer clothes and luxury vacations while I scrubbed floors for pennies an hour. The local newspapers ran stories about the ungrateful daughter who robbed her grieving mother, and I became a pariah in the only town I ever called home. My cousins blocked my number, and my best friends stopped answering my texts because they all believed the lies she spun with such practiced ease. Last Tuesday, the real truth finally clawed its way out of the shadows when a retired notary felt a pang of guilt on his deathbed and recorded a full confession. He admitted that my mother paid him $5,000 to witness a signature she had forged herself while I was away at college. She didn't just steal the money, she stole my entire youth and my reputation to keep her own hands looking clean. When the warden opened my cell door and told me I was a free woman, I felt no joy, only a burning thirst for revenge that consumed my soul. I walked straight to her mansion and found her sipping expensive wine on the marble patio, looking like she didn't have a single care in the world. She dropped her glass and it shattered into 1,000 pieces when she saw me standing there in my old tattered coat. She tried to run toward me with her arms open wide, acting like she was relieved to see her long-lost daughter finally home. She started sobbing about how the notary had tricked her too, and how she had been praying for my release every single night. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a digital recorder playing back the secret audio the notary had kept as insurance against her. Her face went pale and she started shaking as she realized the game was finally over and the police were already on their way. She begged me to forgive her and offered me half the money if I would just walk away and keep my mouth shut one last time. I looked at the woman who birthed me and realized she wasn't a mother, she was a predator who viewed her own child as a shield. I didn't say a word as I watched the blue and red lights crest the hill and illuminate the lies she had lived for 1,000 days. She screamed that I was killing her as they led her away in the same handcuffs I had worn for 3 years. I simply smiled and closed the heavy iron gates forever.